Over $40 billion worth of perfume is produced every year, filling millions of bottles that capture the art of scent. But behind each drop of fragrance lies a complex process, from harvesting flowers in the fields to distilling their oils and crafting the perfect blend. In today's video, we'll take you inside one of the most famous perfume regions in the world to see how luxurious fragrances are made from start to finish. The basic components of perfume are essential oils, natural extracts from aromatic plants, fruits, and flowers, diluted with alcohol. Just like fine wine, these oils are continuously tested and blended as they mature. In ancient times, perfumes often contained animal substances such as castor glands or ambergris from whales. Today, production is far more refined and sustainable. One of the most important ingredients is lavender oil. With its vibrant blue-purple flowers, provides oil used in countless beauty and wellness products. Although it smells wonderful, harvesting lavender is not easy work. To determine the perfect harvest time, growers examine the flower's color and oil content. Timing is crucial. Harvest lasts only a few weeks, and the flowers must be cut early in the morning when their oil concentration is highest. Large harvesters move through the fields, gently straightening the plants before slicing their stems with oscillating blades about 15 centimeters long. The machine lifts each stem upright and cuts it cleanly near the base, like a stylist trimming hair. The freshly cut stems fall onto a conveyor belt that carries them into a trailer. A rotating screw pushes them toward a truck driving alongside. The air fills with the sweet scent of lavender. But turning these flowers into a bottled essence requires true craftsmanship. When the trailer is full, it heads to the distillery. Just like making alcohol from grain, lavender must be distilled to extract its essential oil. Workers load several tons of stems into a huge stainless steel, still called an alembic. The lavender is packed tightly to eliminate air pockets, which increases oil yield. Once the still is filled to capacity, it's sealed and connected to a steam boiler. The boiler heats water to produce low-pressure steam, which enters the bottom of the alembic. Over about 15 minutes, the steam rises, heating the lavender as it travels upward. After half an hour, the steam bursts the tiny oil glands in the petals, releasing their aromatic essence. The vapor, now filled with lavender aroma, moves through a condensation pipe where it's cooled and turned back into liquid. Inside the condenser, cold water runs through an aluminum tube, transforming the steam into a mixture of oil and water. Because lavender oil is lighter, it floats to the surface and is carefully collected. It takes about 500 tons of fresh flowers to produce just 50 kilograms of lavender oil. Like fine whiskey, this oil must age for several months in metal drums before it's ready for blending. Once mature, the lavender oil joins thousands of other aromatic oils. Over 5,000 varieties are cataloged in the Perfume laboratory. In the blending process, expert perfumers known as noses create new fragrances by combining essential oils in specific ratios. The human nose contains around 10 square centimeters of smell receptors, and a single perfume can include up to 50 ingredients. The concentrated oils alone are too strong, so they are diluted with high-proof alcohol. As the alcohol evaporates, it spreads the fragrance through the air. Perfume is usually applied to pulse points, such as the wrists and neck, where blood vessels are close to the skin. The warmth helps release the scent, gradually acting like tiny fragrance pumps. Despite all the high-tech equipment, the perfumer's sense of smell remains the most valuable tool. These artists spend years training their noses to recognize hundreds or even thousands of different aromas. Samples are tested repeatedly, and formulas are adjusted until the ideal balance is achieved. When the final scent meets expectations, the recipe is sent to a large-scale perfume distillery for mass production. This facility covers over 20,000 square meters, housing mixing tanks, maceration vats, and automated filling lines. Before production begins, every raw material is tested to ensure purity and authenticity. Some ingredients cost more than $2,000 per kilogram, so precision is essential. A process called gas chromatography analyzes each substance by vaporizing it and passing it through a detector, which identifies components down to a nanogram. The perfumer uses this data to confirm quality and adjust formulations. Using highly accurate scales, essential oils and fixatives are weighed to the milligram to create the perfume concentrate. This concentrate is then blended with alcohol and allowed to mature. When the scent has fully merged, the mixture is cooled and filtered to produce a clear, pure, and intense perfume. Samples are tested in the laboratory for density and volume consistency. Everything is measured carefully, weight in grams, volume in milliliters, to ensure uniform filling in every bottle. Meanwhile, the glass bottles are created from silica sand, soda ash, and limestone. These materials are mixed and melted at high temperatures into a molten mass, then poured into custom molds that shape the perfume bottle. After molding, the glass cools slowly to prevent cracking. Some bottles undergo an additional tempering process to improve strength. The cooled bottles are cut, polished, and decorated according to the brand's design. Once ready, they are sent to the filling line, where the final fragrance is bottled and sealed with a spray cap. Each bottle receives a batch code for traceability in case of future quality checks. Finally, the bottles are labeled, wrapped, and packed by hand. These perfumes are exclusive products made for high-end markets around the world. Each fragrance carries the expertise, precision, and artistry of generations of perfumers from Grassi. This factory produces a wide range of ready meals, including dumplings, croquettes, and pancakes. Each product is made to offer convenience and consistent quality for everyday consumers. Advanced machines support the work by handling large volumes with speed and accuracy. High-speed packaging systems seal and protect every item, keeping the meals fresh and safe until they are opened. The factory is designed to meet high demand while maintaining strict standards. Automated lines sort, pack, and organize the products with minimal human effort. This allows the facility to operate efficiently and deliver thousands of units each day. Frozen pizza is produced in factories using a highly efficient method that combines advanced technology with stringent quality control to provide tasty, convenient meals. It all begins with preparing the dough, made from a precise blend of flour, water, yeast, and other ingredients. The dough is mixed and left to rise before being rolled into flat sheets and cut into the desired pizza shapes. Next, the pizza bases are partially baked in high-temperature ovens, ensuring a firm crust while maintaining softness inside. After cooling, the partially baked crusts move along conveyor belts to the topping stations. Here, sauce is evenly spread, followed by layers of cheese, meats, and vegetables. Each topping is applied with precision using automated dispensers to guarantee consistency. The fully assembled pizzas are then flash frozen in specialized freezers that rapidly reduce their temperature. This process locks in freshness and preserves the taste and texture of the ingredients. Once frozen, the pizzas are packaged in boxes designed to prevent damage and maintain product quality during transport. Throughout the production, rigorous quality control checks ensure every pizza meets safety and flavor standards. These frozen pizzas are then distributed to stores ready to provide customers with a quick and delicious meal option. This factory in the Netherlands produces thousands of syrup waffles daily. Factory-made ready meals provide convenience and variety for busy lifestyles. The process starts with fresh, high-quality ingredients sourced from trusted suppliers. These are cleaned, prepped, and cooked in industrial kitchens under strict hygiene standards. Advanced machinery handles tasks like chopping, mixing, and portioning, while skilled workers oversee the production. Meals are cooked using methods that mimic home-style preparation, such as steaming, baking, or frying. Once ready, the food is rapidly chilled or frozen to preserve flavor and nutrients. Packaged in microwavable or oven-safe containers, ready meals undergo thorough quality checks before being distributed to stores worldwide. Over 23 million coconuts are processed in this factory every single year. A huge number. It could circle the earth several times if lined up. But how are these incredible fruits harvested and transformed into the products we use every day? This video will explore the fascinating journey of how millions of coconut products are made. On this farm in Sri Lanka, some of the sweetest and juiciest coconuts in the world, known as king coconuts. This special variety produces tender, flavorful coconuts. In this tropical corner of the planet, where the sun shines brightly and the rains feed the fertile soil, one of the most versatile and refreshing fruits in the world grows: the coconut. This coconut is famous not only for its vibrant orange color, but also for its sweet, nutritious water. For the people of the island, it is a symbol of culture and tradition. The sandy, well-drained soils and the humid, rainy climate create the perfect environment for coconut trees to thrive and develop exceptional flavor. Coconut trees need several years, usually 5 to 7, to start producing high-quality fruits. During this period, they are given meticulous care that includes organic fertilizers, manual pest control, and careful irrigation. When a tree reaches maturity, it begins to produce its first clusters of coconuts. Each cluster may hold between 5 and 15 coconuts, which slowly grow for several months until they reach the ideal stage for harvest. Unlike other varieties, these coconuts are not left to become completely mature or dry. They are harvested earlier, when their water content is at its peak and their flavor is perfectly balanced between sweetness and freshness. As the coconuts develop, they undergo a remarkable change in appearance. Their outer color shifts from green to bright orange, signaling that they are ready to be picked. Farmers know exactly when a coconut is ready. They don't rely only on its orange color. They also check its size, shape, the shine of its shell, and even the sound it makes when gently tapped. This attention to detail ensures that each coconut is harvested at the perfect moment, full of sweet water. Harvesting mature clusters is physically demanding and often risky. Coconut trees can grow up to 30 meters tall, and climbing them to cut the fruits requires strength, balance, and experience. Harvesters climb the trunks under the hot sun, risking falls as they work. This task is usually done by hand, using machetes or curved blades to cut the clusters at the exact stage of ripeness. Precision is essential. A coconut harvested too soon won't have the right taste, while one picked too late may lose some of its qualities. The harvester's trained eye ensures every fruit is perfect. It is also important to avoid hard impacts or sudden drops, as cracks in the shell could damage the coconut water inside. Once collected, the coconuts are gathered into fresh piles under shade and transported for cleaning and sorting. At the processing plant, the coconuts are unloaded and carefully inspected. Any showing cracks, visible damage, or signs of fermentation are discarded. Selected coconuts are then fed into machines designed to remove their outer layer, known as the fibrous husk or mesocarp. This husk is thick, tough, and made of strong plant fibers that protect the hard inner shell. Special rotary machines spin quickly to strip away the fibers without harming the coconut inside. After the husk is removed, the coconut is left with a hard brown shell called the endocarp. This layer protects the edible flesh and coconut water inside. The next step is peeling, done with specially designed stainless steel blades that are sharp and curved for precision. These blades remove the entire brown outer layer of the shell, revealing the smooth white endosperm. Once peeled, the coconut has a clean white surface. Using a sharp machete, skilled workers strike the top of the coconut to create an opening wide enough for the water to pour out easily. The fresh coconut water is collected in stainless steel containers. This sweet, refreshing liquid is one of the main products of the process. The coconut's soft white flesh is also highly valued, especially for making virgin coconut oil, a prized ingredient in food, health, and beauty products. After the coconut has been cut open and emptied, the flesh is carefully extracted. Because it is thinner and more delicate than other varieties, workers handle it gently to avoid mixing it with shell fragments. The flesh is washed and fed into a screw conveyor that carries it to a crushing machine. Inside, the flesh is ground into a creamy paste. The paste is mechanically pressed at low temperatures without added heat. This method preserves the oil's natural nutrients, aroma, and antioxidants. The liquid obtained is allowed to settle, separating the oil from water and solids. The oil is then filtered and bottled as extra virgin coconut oil, known for its high quality and purity. Another valuable product from the coconut is coconut milk, appreciated for its unique tropical taste, and as a lactose-free, plant-based alternative rich in healthy fats. The process begins by grinding the tender white flesh into a fine, smooth paste. This paste is mixed with hot water in controlled amounts to release its natural flavor, oils, and essential nutrients. The mixture is then pressed hydraulically to separate the thick white liquid from the solids. This liquid is coconut milk, creamy, aromatic, and slightly sweet, perfect for cooking a wide range of dishes. To maintain its quality, the milk is filtered, homogenized, and pasteurized. This keeps its flavor and texture intact while making it safe to store. It is then packaged using filling machines that measure the exact amount of product for each container, ensuring consistency and avoiding waste. The containers are sealed tightly to prevent contamination. To ensure safety, the sealed packages are sterilized. They are placed in autoclaves, where high-pressure steam destroys any microorganisms. This process produces clean, safe coconut milk, ready for distribution. And here we have an inside look at how canned crabs are made in a factory. Factories use a careful process to ensure they are fresh and safe to eat. First, fresh crabs are cleaned and cooked to bring out their flavor. Cooking the crabs before canning helps preserve their taste and texture. Once cooked, the crab meat is carefully removed from the shells by skilled workers or machines. The crab meat is then inspected for quality and cleaned again to remove any remaining shell pieces. Next, the meat is weighed and placed into cans. A small amount of water or brine is added to keep the crab moist and flavorful. The cans are sealed tightly to lock in freshness and prevent contamination. Finally, the cans are labeled, packed into boxes, and sent to stores. Factories produce thousands of canned crabs every day, making it easy for people to enjoy this delicious seafood anytime. And here we have an inside look at the factory of Ben & Jerry's, where their ice cream is made. At the factory, workers mix high-quality ingredients like milk, cream, sugar, and eggs. These are mixed together to create a smooth ice cream base. Next, the mixture is frozen while being stirred to make it creamy. After that, exciting ingredients like chocolate chunks, cookie dough, or caramel swirls are added. Machines then fill the ice cream into tubs, which are sealed and stored in freezers before being sent to stores around the world. Everything is carefully checked to make sure the ice cream tastes perfect. Next up, let's take a look on how instant noodles are manufactured. It all starts with mixing wheat flour, water, and sometimes seasoning to create the dough. This dough is mixed and kneaded to the perfect texture for noodles. The dough is then rolled into thin sheets and fed through machines that cut it into long noodle strands. These strands are formed into the familiar curly shape, which helps the noodles cook evenly. Once cut, the noodles go through a steaming process to partially cook them. Steaming helps retain their shape and prepares them for the next steps. The noodles are cooled and placed into packages along with flavor packets containing seasonings. The packaging is then sealed to keep the noodles fresh until they're ready to be enjoyed. Have you ever wondered how your favorite cookies are mass-produced in a factory? It all starts with choosing the finest ingredients. Factories use high-quality flour, sugar, butter, and other essentials in bulk. These are precisely measured using automated systems to ensure consistency in every batch. In industrial mixers, the dough is created. The mixing process is carefully controlled to ensure the perfect blend of wet and dry ingredients. Once the dough is ready, it's transferred to specialized machines designed to shape the cookies. Whether it's traditional round cookies or fun shapes, the dough is rolled, cut, or pressed into molds. The shapes then move along the conveyor belt, ready for the next step in the journey. Next comes the most crucial part: baking. The shaped dough travels into large commercial ovens, where temperatures are perfectly regulated to bake the cookies evenly. These ovens can handle thousands of cookies at once. As the cookies bake, their flavors are sealed and their textures come to life, whether crispy or chewy. It all depends on precise timing and temperature control. Once the cookies come out of the oven, they're sent to a cooling area. This helps them set, ensuring that they maintain their structure and don't crumble when packaged. Each cookie undergoes strict quality checks to make sure it's up to standard before heading to the packaging line. Now that the cookies are cool, it's time to pack them up. Advanced packaging machines quickly and efficiently wrap the cookies, ensuring they remain fresh and undamaged during transportation. From peanuts to perfect paste, we all love the creamy and nutty flavor of peanut butter, spread on toast or just straight from the spoon. But do you know how it is made in factory? Our journey begins with harvesting of peanut in farms, where this machine gently lifts the plants from the ground, flipping them upside down so the peanuts are exposed. The plants are left to dry in the field for a few days, allowing moisture to evaporate and preparing the peanuts for storage. Then a harvester collects the dried peanuts, separating them from the plants. The harvested peanuts are then sent to processing facilities. Raw peanuts are sourced from farms and arrive at the factory, where they go through a rigorous quality check. Any peanuts that don't meet the required standards are removed to ensure only the best make it to the production line. Next, the peanuts are sent through cleaning machines to remove dirt, stones, and any remaining debris. Once clean, the peanuts go through a shelling process where the outer shells are removed, leaving behind the nut itself. They are then inspected again to ensure there are no contaminants left. The cleaned ones are now ready for roasting. They're loaded into large industrial ovens and roasted at specific temperatures to bring out their rich and nutty flavor. Roasting is a critical step as it enhances the flavor and aroma. Different roasting levels can be used depending on whether the final product is intended to be light, medium, or dark in taste. After roasting, the peanuts are quickly cooled to halt the cooking process. They then undergo blanching, where the outer skins are removed. This step ensures that the peanut butter has a smooth consistency without any unwanted texture from the skins, or any remaining impurities are removed during this stage as well. Now comes the primary step in making peanut butter: grinding. The peanuts are fed into large grinders where they're crushed into a coarse paste. The paste then goes through a second round of grinding, making it even finer. For extra smooth peanut butter, some factories use a third grinding process to achieve an ultra-creamy consistency. Once the peanuts are finely ground, additional ingredients are added to create the desired flavor and texture. Salt, sugar, and sometimes a bit of oil are mixed in to enhance taste and ensure smoothness. If the peanut butter is meant to be crunchy chopped, peanut pieces are added at this stage. These pieces are mixed in with the smooth peanut butter base to create a crunchy texture. For smooth peanut butter, the mixture remains as is without any additional pieces. Before packaging, samples of the paste are taken to the quality control lab. Once the peanut butter passes all quality checks, it's ready for packaging. The peanut butter is poured into sterilized jars on an automated filling line. Each jar is filled to a precise level, sealed and labeled. The sealed jars then pass through a cooling tunnel to help the peanut butter set before shipping. Finally, the jars are packed into boxes and stored in a temperature-controlled warehouse, ready for distribution. And here we have peanuts goes into a large coating drums. where melted chocolate is gradually poured over them. The coated peanuts are then sent to a cooling area, allowing the chocolate to harden with a smooth, glossy finish. Finally, they pass through quality control before being weighed, packaged, and sealed to ensure freshness. As we continue, let's take a look at how popcorn is made in a factory. The process starts with selecting high-quality corn kernels. These kernels are cleaned to remove dust and unwanted particles. After cleaning, they are dried to the right moisture level, which is crucial for making them pop properly. Next, the kernels are placed into large popping machines where they are heated using hot air or oil. The heat causes the moisture inside the kernels to turn into steam, making them expand and pop into fluffy popcorn. Once popped, the popcorn is seasoned with butter, cheese, caramel, or other flavors. It is then cooled to keep it crispy and fresh. After cooling, the popcorn is carefully packed into bags, boxes, or microwavable packets. Finally, the packaged popcorn goes through quality checks before being shipped to stores. From the ocean to the can, the process of making canned tuna involves careful handling, cooking, and preservation to deliver a delicious and safe product to consumers. It all starts at sea, where fishing vessels are equipped with modern technologies to sustainably catch tuna. Once the tuna is caught, it's stored in temperature-controlled holds to keep it fresh during transportation to the factory. Upon arrival at the factory, the tuna is immediately unloaded and sorted based on size and species. This ensures that each batch of canned tuna meets specific quality standards. Next, the tuna is cleaned to remove any scales or impurities. They are thoroughly washed to prepare them for the next stages of production. Once cleaned, the whole tuna is placed into steam chambers or large ovens to be pre-cooked. This step helps to separate the meat from the bones and makes it easier to process. The tuna is cooked at a specific temperature and time to ensure that the meat remains tender while killing any harmful bacteria. After cooking, it's removed from the ovens and cooled down. Factory workers then begin the process of deboning and filleting the fish. This step is crucial for ensuring the tuna is free from bones, skin, or any undesirable parts. Next, the filleted tuna is portioned and placed into cans. Depending on the variety, it may be packed in water, oil, or brine to enhance flavor and shelf life. The liquid not only preserves the tuna, but also keeps it moist and flavorful for consumers. Once the tuna and liquid are packed into cans where they are sealed to lock in freshness. They are then subjected to a high-temperature sterilization process to ensure they are free from bacteria and have a long shelf life. This step is critical for food safety and allows canned tuna to be stored for months without refrigeration. After the sterilization process, the cans are cooled and sent down the line for labeling. Each can is labeled with important information like the type of tuna ingredients and expiration date. Finally, the labeled cans are packed into boxes and prepared for shipment to supermarkets and stores around the world. As we continue exploring how beloved treats are made, Let's take a closer look at the process behind factory-made apple pies. The process starts with fresh apples that are washed, peeled, and sliced into even pieces. These slices are mixed with sugar, cinnamon, and other spices to make the delicious filling. At the same time, dough is prepared, rolled out, and shaped into pie crusts. The filling is carefully added, and a top crust is placed to seal the pie. Each pie is then baked in large ovens until golden and fragrant. Once cooled, the pies are packaged securely and sent to stores so they're ready for customers to enjoy at home. Bacon is a breakfast staple, loved for its crispiness and rich flavor. The process of making it starts with selecting high-quality pork bellies. Each piece is inspected for quality, then trimmed to the ideal size and thickness. The pork bellies go through a curing process where they're seasoned with a mixture of salt, sugar, and spices. This step not only adds flavor, but also preserves the meat, giving bacon its unique taste. The pork bellies are cooled and then sliced into thin, even strips. Automated slicers ensure each piece is the perfect thickness, whether it's thick cut or regular. The slices are then carefully packed to keep them fresh. Each package goes through quality control to ensure consistency and safety. From summer barbecues through bonfire night, hot dogs will never go out of style. From German origin, it has become internationally popular, especially in the United States. Hot dog manufacturing is a multi-step process that starts with the selection of premium ingredients and ends with packaging the finished product for delivery. The first step in making hot dogs is selecting the meat. The majority of hot dogs are composed of a blend of beef, chicken, or pig. Usually, the high-fat content of the meat used to make hot dogs contributes to their juicy and flavorful taste. Once the meat is selected, it is ground up and mixed with different herbs and spices to create the signature flavor of the hot dog. Seasonings including garlic, paprika, coriander, salt, and pepper. In order to extend the hot dog's shelf life, some manufacturers additionally include preservatives and curing chemicals. After the meat is seasoned, it is stuffed into casings, which are usually composed of synthetic materials or natural animal intestines. The casings keep the meat mixture together while cooking and help give hot dogs shape. Once the hot dogs are formed, they are cooked in a smokehouse to give them their signature smoky flavor. The hot dogs have a rich, savory flavor because they are usually smoked using a mix of wood chips and liquid smoke. After cooking, the hot dogs are cooled and then packaged for distribution. There are several ways to package hot dogs, such as vacuum-sealed bags, jars, or cans. Additionally, some producers wrap each hot dog in a single plastic wrapper to make consuming them on the run simple. Before the hot dogs are shipped out to stores, they go through a number of quality control inspections to ensure that they meet safety and quality standards. This can involve looking for pollutants or extraneous objects in the hot dogs, as well as testing for pathogens like Salmonella and E. coli. In addition to traditional hot dogs, some manufacturers also produce a variety of specialty hot dogs, such as turkey dogs, veggie dogs, and gourmet hot dogs with unique flavor combinations. These specialty hot dogs are made using similar processes to the traditional ones, but may include different ingredients and seasonings to cater to specific dietary preferences. The factory has the capacity to produce 5,000 hot dogs per day, supplying local restaurants with 250 hot dogs daily when in operation. And the factory operates 300 days a year. Over 100 million bags of Doritos are sold worldwide each year, making it one of the most popular snacks globally. Doritos, created in the 1960s by Frito-Lay executive Arch West, began with a simple idea inspired by crispy tortillas found in a San Diego restaurant. Using surplus tortillas, West cut them into triangles, fried them, and added seasoning, creating the first batch of Doritos. Today, with more than 10 different flavors, Doritos continue to be a top-selling chip worldwide. Unlike regular potato chips, Doritos are made from corn flour. The process starts with carefully harvesting corn cobs, ensuring they remain intact and undamaged. The plants are cut just above the ground, and the cobs are removed and loaded into containers. Once full, these containers are transported by truck to the factory for processing. At the factory, the corn is cleaned and dried using vibrating screens that remove dust, stones, and sand. The moisture content is then adjusted to 14%, a crucial step for production. Every day, the factory receives 45,000 kilograms of corn. The dried corn is transferred to large storage silos before being cooked in water. Over a year, this adds up to more than 6.5 million kilograms of finished product. A massive amount of corn. The facility is divided into 4 main sections, including a 65,000 square meter distribution center. Each day, the factory produces approximately 70,000 bags of Doritos, totaling around 18 million bags per year. The first step in making Doritos is cooking the corn before it moves to the soaking tanks. The process begins with boilers equipped with agitators that cook the corn at a temperature close to boiling. The cooked corn is then transferred to 18 open tanks, where it soaks for 12 hours. Each batch contains approximately 300 kilograms of corn and 90 kilograms of water. The kernels are cooked to 93 degrees Celsius for about 4 minutes before soaking overnight, which softens them and allows them to absorb moisture. This soaking process also helps loosen and remove the husk, the outer covering of the kernel. Once softened, the corn moves to a filtration system that drains the excess water, leaving only hydrated kernels. When the moisture content reaches 45% and the husks have fully loosened, a pumping system transfers the corn to a washing machine, where high-pressure water jets remove the remaining husks. The cleaned kernels then travel on a conveyor belt to the milling stage. The corn is ground into a dough using rotating millstones that crush the kernels into a soft paste. Water is added during the grinding process to achieve the right consistency. 3 key factors are monitored: moisture content, temperature, and texture. The finished dough is then shaped into a thin sheet as it passes through metal rollers. A third roller cuts the dough into triangular pieces, similar to a cookie cutter. These rollers can cut 6,000 individual chips per minute, over 8 million in 24 hours. The freshly cut chips move along a conveyor belt to the next stage. The raw chips enter a 3-level industrial oven, set at 340 degrees Celsius. They remain inside for just 16 seconds, long enough to dry the dough while preserving some moisture. This moisture creates tiny air pockets that form the signature bubbles on the surface of Doritos, giving them their crunchy texture. Any leftover dough from the cutting process isn't wasted. It's sent back to the dough vats to be reused. After baking, the chips move on to the next phase of production, where they will be fried, seasoned, and packaged into the Doritos we know and love. After baking, the chips move along a series of conveyor belts to cool before entering the fryer. This brief pause allows inspectors to check for any burnt chips. The chips then travel on a conveyor belt into the fryer, where they are submerged in oil heated to 182 degrees Celsius for 55 seconds. This is where they develop their golden color and crispy texture. During frying, the trapped air pockets inside the chips expand, forming the characteristic bubbles seen on finished Doritos. As they exit the fryer, a mesh conveyor belt removes excess oil, which is filtered and returned for reuse. Next, the freshly fried chips enter a large rotating drum, where they are coated with seasoning. A specialized auger system feeds nacho seasoning into the drum, with large sacks of the spice mix added at the top of the machine. The seasoning blend includes a secret combination of cheddar cheese, Parmesan cheese, spices, flavor enhancers like MSG, and preservatives to extend shelf life. To ensure the seasoning sticks evenly, nozzles spray the chips with canola oil. The drum's rotation distributes the flavor while also acting as a buffer, preventing the delicate chips from breaking. The seasoned Doritos then travel along a 30-meter conveyor belt, allowing them to fully cool before packaging. Once cooled, the chips reach the packaging department, where hoppers guide them into various packaging machines. This stage is a precise, high-speed process. Each packaging machine is equipped with 14 cube-shaped scales that carefully measure the chips. When the correct amount for a bag is reached, a trapdoor opens, dropping the chips into the forming bag. At the same time, a strip of aluminum and plastic film is shaped into a bag, which is then sealed and cut using heat sealing technology. To keep the Doritos fresh, the machine injects nitrogen into the bag before sealing it airtight. This process removes oxygen, preventing spoilage, and also creates an air cushion inside the bag to protect the chips from breaking. Each large bag contains around 100 chips. Finally, an operator ensures that each box contains 8 bags before they are sent for distribution. This factory manufactures and packages 70,000 bags of Doritos every day, totaling over 18 million bags per year, a $4 billion industry.